The newest news is Allegiant, a low-cost carrier, new into the airport.
Yeah, new into the airport as of February, and a new destination started yesterday, flying into Orlando Sanford twice a week. So we're very happy about that, and we expect some other news coming from them within the next couple of weeks. So very happy about that.
Well, tell me about Allegiant. Where do they fit in the airline universe?
They are an ultra low-cost carrier, so they're in the family of carriers that is inhabited by Spirit, Frontier, and Allegiant, and they tend to think of themselves, they'll tell you that they take people off the couch as opposed to off other airlines. They offer really low fares to a lot of leisure destinations, 3, now 4 in Florida and Myrtle Beach, and they're continuing to grow in Pittsburgh. So we think that they serve a very important leisure component of our market.
There had been some sense that our airport was just too expensive for those ultra-low fare carriers to operate.
Yeah, that's not true, and we have been able to work with our airlines as well as our rates and charges to allow an airline like Allegiant to come in and pay per turn and be very cost effective in their operations. And we have been very successful in attracting 4 new airlines this year: OneJet, Allegiant, Sun Air, and Porter, which is very exciting because that's our international carrier.
Yeah, Porter International to Toronto.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
Finally competition on the Toronto.
Yes, at Toronto City. So it's a different airport than Pearson. So it's allowing people to go right in. Pearson really does well for those connecting into Asia and Europe as well as the city. But Billy Bishop Airport downtown allows people to walk actually downtown through a tunnel and get there quickly.
So if you have business in Toronto, it's a dream come true.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, or you want to go to a Maple Leafs game, or you want to see a baseball game. We actually have seen great traffic and great growth in that traffic since they've started.
How important is this kind of competition to keeping fares down?
Well, that's what does it, right? Whenever there's competition in a market, you start to see more attention paid to the fare structure, and you start to see more people benefit from lower fares. So that's good news for the consumer, and it's good news for the market because we know that there is a lot more service we can sustain right now, today, and we'll be able to sustain going forward as the community continues to grow.
And what is the strategy going forward to build from where we are right now?
The strategy really is to focus on the regional markets that don't have nonstop service. So OneJet is serving Indianapolis and Milwaukee. What else can they do within 500, 700 miles with their new aircraft, the Hawker 7-seat? It's like a private jet. The strategy is for West Coast. What can we do to improve access to Northern and Southern California, perhaps San Diego and Seattle at some point, and then Europe and Canada. You know, those are the short-term goals, and then we look out to other markets as we look in 5 to 7, 10 years. But we need to be talking to the airlines now about service we need today as well as service we may need tomorrow.
You mentioned Europe.
Yes.
Do we have a shot at more international beyond Canada?
We do. We have a real shot. There's a vibrant community here that does a lot of work in London, in Germany, and then beyond. And so we think that there's a real opportunity to put ourselves at the top of lists. And we've had very successful and very good conversations with airlines about this market, understanding the fabric of this market, what makes it so strong for them. And we continue to have those conversations.
Is it more than just a pure numbers game? Like how many people do you have in the market? Okay, I'll fly or I won't.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with who's flying, how often, and what kinds of businesses are there, what kind of community of interest is there, either for business or leisure. So if we look at the German history here in this region, German was the official language of Pittsburgh until year X, there are a lot of synergies, a lot of people who like to go back to Europe because that's where their family heritage is. So as we continue to point out the strength of this market from a leisure component and from a business component, that's how we tell the story, and that's how we move up on the list.